Silent Hill, PlayStation 1. A simple overview. Release date *. Silent Hill, a survival horror game, was first released on January 31st, 1999, in North America for the PlayStation 1. It was developed by Konami's Team Silent and later became one of the most influential horror games in history. Europe got the game on March attempting to summon their deity through sinister means, including dark magic and rituals involving children. Cheryl's disappearance seems to be connected to these events, and Harry realizes that his daughter is more important to the town's fate than he could have ever imagined. Along the way, Harry meets several characters, some of whom help him, while others have their own agendas. One key character is Dahlia Gillespie, a mysterious woman who manipulates Harry into thinking that Cheryl's life is in danger. Dahlia tells Harry that he must stop an evil entity from being born, which is responsible for the nightmare plaguing Silent Hill. The cult's plan. As Harry investigates further, he learns that Cheryl is connected to a girl named Alessa Gillespie, Dahlia's daughter. Alessa has supernatural powers and was used by the cult in their rituals to summon their god. However, Alessa's soul was split into two parts during one of these rituals. One part remained within Alessa, while the other was reincarnated as Cheryl, who was adopted by Harry and his wife. Now, the cult seeks to reunite these two halves of the soul to complete their ritual and give birth to the deity. The cult has been using Lisa Garland, a nurse who cared for Alessa, to keep her alive and trapped in her burned body. Over time, Lisa becomes one of the tragic characters in the game, realizing her role in the events and slowly descending into madness. The other world. Throughout the game, Silent Hill's environment shifts between two parallel realities. One is the foggy, seemingly abandoned version of the town, and the other is the nightmarish otherworld, where the streets are covered in blood, rust, and decay. In this twisted dimension, Harry must fight off grotesque monsters and solve puzzles to progress. This otherworld reflects Alessa's inner suffering and trauma. Key characters. Sybil Bennett, a police officer from a neighboring town who helps Harry. She is one of the few people Harry meets who seems genuinely concerned for his and Cheryl's well-being. However, her fate depends on the player's actions in the game. Dr. Michael Kaufman, a doctor at the local hospital, who is connected to the cult's dark secrets. His actions have helped the cult carry out its plans, although he seems to have his own motives. The climax. In the game's final act, Harry faces the truth about Cheryl and Alessa's connection. The cult's plan is revealed. They want to use Cheryl and Alessa to birth their god, which they believe will bring paradise on Earth. Depending on the player's choices and performance throughout the game, there are multiple possible endings, ranging from positive to tragic. In one ending, Harry succeeds in stopping the ritual, but it comes at a great cost. In another, the god is born, bringing a catastrophic conclusion to the story. The game offers a total of 5 possible endings, including a secret, comedic ending where Harry is abducted by aliens. Themes and atmosphere. Silent Hill is renowned for its psychological horror. Unlike other horror games of its time that relied heavily on jump scares, Silent Hill focused on creating an unsettling atmosphere. The fog-covered town, eerie sound design, and disturbing imagery work together to keep players on edge throughout the game. The game deals with themes of trauma, guilt, and loss, making the horror feel more personal and emotional. The character of Alessa represents suffering and pain, and her torment is reflected in the other world. The monsters Harry encounters are also symbolic, often representing different aspects of Alessa's trauma or the town's dark history. Silent Hill's soundtrack, composed by Akira Yamaoka, is also a major part of the game's unsettling atmosphere. The music ranges from eerie ambient sounds to industrial noises that add to the tension and dread. Combat and gameplay. Silent Hill blends exploration, puzzle solving, and combat. Harry is not a trained fighter, so combat is intentionally clunky and challenging. He can use various weapons, like a pistol, shotgun, or melee objects such as pipes, to fend off monsters. However, avoiding fights is often the best option, as ammo and health items are limited. The puzzles in Silent Hill are another crucial part of the gameplay. Some of them are straightforward, while others require careful observation and interpretation of clues found in the environment. Legacy. Silent Hill received critical acclaim for its atmosphere, story, and innovative approach to horror. It was praised for moving away from the action-heavy style of horror games like Resident Evil and focusing instead on psychological horror. Silent Hill became the foundation for a long-running franchise that included sequels, spin-off games, movies, and merchandise. The game's success also inspired many other developers to explore the horror genre in new and more creative ways. Silent Hill's influence can be seen in many modern horror games that prioritize atmosphere and narrative over combat. Conclusion. Silent Hill, 1999, is remembered as a masterpiece of horror gaming. Its unique blend of atmosphere, psychological storytelling, and terrifying world design set it apart from other games of its time. The game introduced players to a haunting world where fear came not only from the monsters lurking in the shadows, but also from the deeper, more personal horrors rooted in its characters and narrative. For those who experienced it, Silent Hill is more than just a game. It's a journey into the heart of fear and human suffering, making it a timeless classic in the horror genre. If you liked the video, subscribe, like, and write to me in the comments, what do you want to be the next arcade game that we will learn the story of? Until next time, be well.
Have you seen a little girl? Just turned 7 last month, short, black hair. My daughter.
Sorry. The only person I've seen in this town is you.
Where is everybody?
I'd tell you if I knew, believe me. But from what I can tell, something bizarre is going on. That's all I know. What's your name?
Harry. Harry Mason.
Sybil Bennett. I'm a police officer from Brams, the next town over. The phones are all dead, and the radio too. I'm going back to call in some reinforcements. Hold it. Where do you think you're going?
My daughter. I've got to find her.
No way. It's dangerous out there.
In that case, I need to find her now. Cheryl's my little girl. I can't just leave her out there by herself.
Have you got a gun?
No.
Take this, and hope you don't have to use it. Now listen to me. Before you pull the trigger, know who you're shooting. And don't do it unless you have to. And don't go blasting me by mistake. Got it?
Yeah, thanks.
You do best to stay nearby. I'll I'll be back with help as quick as I can.
What's that? Huh. Radio. What's going on with that radio? This is not a dream. What's happening to this place?